Welcome to Empower Your Pattern with President James Hendrick, member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, success, confidence, and thrive coach, and renowned adversity authority. He will teach you about the principles that help you overcome the adversity of everyday life, along with the patterns of success set forth in the Word of God. So come and join us on the adventure. Let's go. Yeehaw! It's time. Time to end this series with a bang. Now, I've been trying to come up with a title for this. Been sweating it and everything. But you know what? No sense in needing to sweat it at all. Title of this is RP 100. You should be rich. This is going to be a wrap-up that takes 30 minutes. It's going to be 10 points that you need to know to be rich. And this is relational. And this is also, which is relational, temporal, and spiritual. But it's also, and of course I'm going to be talking with, away from the phone, just for some of these. In a way, I'm going to come up with 10 points, if you will. Okay? 10 points. And some of these are more important than others. And it's been interesting. Now, if you want the whole series, it's not going to be available on podcast, the audio format. You're going to have to go to Empower Your Pattern. Sometimes I have to shut this phone up because it has a mind of its own. Technology has a mind of its own. You don't want it to have one. You want it to shut up and do its job. Well, okay, here we go. We're going to go back to from the beginning of this series, when it all hits home. Here's the first point. Relationship. Riches do not start with money. They start with relationship. And the one thing that I had to understand right quick, here and now, that I should have understood from the beginning in 2021, when all this was going down, in 2022, was relationship. Relationship with Jesus Christ, right? Now listen to me. I know what it's like. But that's the top one. The second one, self-reliance. And I use this concept ironically because you need this tool, because we have inflation, we have a falling dollar, we have mounting debt, and so what we need to be doing, and this is where I depart a little bit from Latter-day Saint theology. I believe we should be investing in assets or creating assets that can accrue an investment. Silver, gold, oil, real estate, royalties. Let me tell you something. One that's hot right now, despite the recession, is royalties. And that's one thing I firmly believe in. Of course, another asset that they don't talk to you about. And of course, different thought leaders and purveyors deal in real estate. Digital real estate. In mine, it's my ACN business. Okay. It's my ACN business. And on YouTube only for this episode, I will go in and in the show notes put the link. I'm making you guys sweat and search for it because we shouldn't be lazy about receiving the information that we need, right? So, relationships, right? The second one, self-reliance. And that means creating assets. Okay? We need to know these things about self-reliance. It's fun. It's not like to cooperate with me very well. There we go. Or maybe it's just me, the operator. Anyhow, here we go. You think about that. And really, the third point is sweat equity. Okay, it sounds like something that mentors of mine, like Presley Swaggerty and Randy Hedge, they've been talking about stretch leadership. That's along the same lines as sweat equity. Both you having home meetings, being captains of business instead of captains of and then really stretching your faith. Just you need to be able to have these things, okay? The fourth thing is purpose. And you may say, well, Jimmy, why purpose? Why purpose? When you're forced to repattern, retool, refurb, and reinvent yourself, you need to find that purpose. You need to find your why. And we're going to wrap around and talk about that at the end. We're going to wrap around that and talk at the end. A wisdom of a good friend of mine. I'm going to make sure that comes in. But your purpose is the one that feeds you. It's your bread, your food when you're hungry and you're tired of striving. Because let's be honest, it takes less effort to be average. It takes less effort to be average. And that's no doubt. Alright? There's so many elements of this. You can find purpose by reading the scriptures. In some ways, particularly the Bible. I'm going to mention the Bible because, that's just the primary text. Okay? It's the primary text. Alright. The fifth one is really, well, we need to go ahead and give it with the third one, of course. Purpose. We need to have that purpose. Okay, so we have relationships, we have self-reliance, we have purpose. Alright? Now, self-reliance, that involves sweat equity. It involves investment. It means doing what we can do to provide for ourselves and our families. Okay? Things just happen for a reason. And I could have easily called it redesign, but I chose repattern. And purpose is a part of that. The fourth angle of this is determined self-care. You're like, what? You're talking about self-care? Jimmy, are you crazy? What do you mean? Guys, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you get yourself rich and enjoy the assets? You know? Wealth, richness is not seen only in money. Okay, look, yeah. I'm on this side. But at this point right now, spiritually, in some ways relationally, I am rich. I'm very rich. And for so many different reasons. This past week was a very big week. Compared to some of the past few weeks, which were pretty tumultuous and depressing and all kind of BS. But having that self-care when things do unravel. And helping you find some ways to work through those things. Okay? So now, here's the thing. You do what you must with what you have in having that self-care. Because physical health and mental health is very essential if you want to be wealthy. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that I've turned into a dang health nut. No, of course not. But self-care is important. We have to at least be willing to try. I haven't been too good in that department. I'm kind of, in some ways, I'm self-care poor. But we can deal with that, right? We can deal with that. Because see, having your purpose and the self-care and the relationships, that's the beginning of your drive. But you can't have either one of those unless you can't have those others unless you also have self-care. Self-care enhances that. Right? Self-care enhances that. It's where you learn, you grow, you expand. You learn and you grow and you expand. This is the penultimate, folks. Horrible. The last time. Shut up. Alright. Now, number 5. What can I say? There's a lot to deal with that with self-care. I did a lot on. Number 5 is the entrepreneurial spirit. That's what this whole podcast is about, right? The entrepreneurial spirit. Because there are patterns of success. And empower your pattern. Why do you think I wouldn't create that if I didn't have a desire to be an entrepreneur? It would just be another psychobabble show. Now, do I talk about CRM all the time and all that good stuff? No. Which I do have an announcement on something at the end of the show, so please stay tuned and listen to the whole show. But here's the thing. Guys, come on. This fifth thing that you need. And pay attention. The entrepreneurial spirit. You've got to know. The follow-up and follow-through. How to learn the skills of marketing. All those things. How to incorporate your faith through your entrepreneurship. And I know, that seems kind of strange, doesn't it? I know. Trust me. But this is, guys, I'm teaching the pearls here. The sixth one. Okay, we need to go ahead and go to this, but the entrepreneurial spirit. You need this. You need this one, okay? Because this is the beginning capstone for what's going to be the top 5 here. I mean, the 6 through 10. And these are some of the most important ones. The 6th one is fostering personal growth. Percy Swaggerty says this: you either growing and growing, or you're drying and dying. Or, as I put it in my speech in a podcast, you're either growing and growing, or you're drying, sighing, and dying. You say, well, Jimmy, you're being awful dramatic. Well, maybe I am. If you don't work on your personal growth, how can you expect to succeed as an entrepreneur? Come on, go on. Yeah, nope. I don't like that language very well. But you've got to have that personal growth. It strengthens you. It helps you. It's some of the worst times. No, it sounds strange, but we have to have that strength with us, guys. To have our personal growth, have it be within the matrix of our business and the matrix of being a part of our faith. You know what? Discover what our business is oriented is, you know? Being able to put in some hard work. This is where temporal meets spiritual in some ways, once again. I mean, I know this sounds kind of harsh, but guys, come on. Your personal growth is very important. In fact, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to grab me a snack. I'm going to read my scriptures. I'm going to read me a good book. And then I'm going to exercise. I'm going to enjoy my day. But you have to have that personal growth. That's one thing when I talked about the pattern morning routine. That's important, guys. That's important. Because routines, patterns, personal growth, that's what leads to real wealth. Temporally and spiritually. Now, spiritually is more important, but you know, we all have to survive as human beings, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a given. And life is hard and tough, I know. But there's so many blessings tied to it. That's why I like talking about personal growth, personal development. It's one of my passions. Now, the 7th thing that you need is guardianship of yourself. And that's beyond just taking responsibility for yourself. That's a given. Guarding the door to your heart. Let me tell you something. That's true. You got to do that. You've got to be able to find, if you're living alone, or you've got to find some way to deal with your loneliness. You've got to be able to guard your mind so that you know how you can acquire customers. This is once again another master key here to wealth is guarding for yourself, because it mixes temporal with spiritual, your business and your faith. Because, see, the guardianship of yourself, that gets rid of you being distracted so much when you got so much to look into. I think of the greats, Randy Hedge, Grant Cardone, Presley Swaggerty. They guard the door to their mind. And in many ways, they guard the door of their hearts. Part of having guardianship of yourself is to really be in the right mindset. To be creative, to visualize. That's important. You need to know these things. I know it's tough. But that's what you need to get rich. You know, the seventh one. Taking guardianship of yourself. Now, there was a book I wrote when I read when I was going through my divorce recovery, where the guy talks about taking custody of yourself. Well, that's the same thing. I call it guardianship because you're guarding yourself from what's going on in our degenerate culture. And that's what's going to be needing here. Because what I'm about to go through here, the next one, this is the beginning of the layers of the icing on the cake, my friend, which leads to riches. Okay? So, be ready. Be ready. Because we're about to accelerate this thing because we got 8 more minutes. Here is number 8. Number 8. Building your destiny. What that means is you get past. You get past this degenerate culture. You got to stop getting. This is something that I'm starting to learn. Should learn from the very beginning of this series. Is stop caring about what other people think. They're going to say about what you will. And really, it's been something that I've had to work with. And in ditching the degenerate culture, regret in hindsight, it's one of the things that's got to go. Ditching peer pressure. Because, listen. Now, look. The top values for me are the Lord, family, friends, and the business is fourth. Okay? That's just how it is. And to that end, toward that end, at this end, is having this being in the driver's seat of your life, ditching all that stuff, so that you can be who you want to be. Because we're going to go fast. I have to warn you. Because I know we're running out of, we're low on time. But I have to say this. I have to bring this in. Because, guys, we are not done. Even when this series is over, we haven't even started. I got another series in January that kind of dovetails from this. So get ready. Because you need to ditch all that BS that people are saying about you, that they criticize you, they make fun of you. It only means that they're jealous of your success. It's like, oh, this dude's been hanging around with the rich people, and oh, but he don't act the same around us. You gotta just say, just whatever. Next. You know what I mean? In some ways that may be harsh, but in many ways it's true. I'm saying the right things here, guys, and just speaking my truth. And I've seen it happen with me. But I think that's the problem. Too many people care about what other people think. Okay? Now, we go into the ninth. Immutable spiritual truths. Now, that can be whatever you decide to believe. Me, it's my personal and covenant relationship with Jesus Christ. And being a part of his covenant relationship. We need to be a standout to get up and win again. Because you know what? That home in the city on the hill is waiting for us. Now, the ninth one. Folks. The ninth, well, of course we know about the ninth one, but we gotta do number 10 now, sorry. Just be in your purpose, your zone, your lane. Because you know, it all comes home. It always all comes home. Finding that purpose, finding that niche, finding the zone. If you know what I mean. Being with great mentors. Knowing that God helps you faithfully. Knowing that you have friends around you. Your relationships are important. Knowing that there's patterns of success. That's having a foundation. My foundation is in Jesus Christ. All right. Now that we have cleared all the detritus from this season, I have an announcement. 2024, all is well, is going to be the year that I publish my second book. I had believed that it was going to be the book Walk Like a Man. No. The book is going to be called Empower Your Pattern. Okay? Now, I'll tell you something. If and when it gets published, whatever I'm supposed to talk about, that changes. That changes. And you know it. Guys, I love you. This has been a wonderful season. I wanted to end it on a positive note. And what better? You guys are amazing. You know what? God bless you. You guys are the best. And you deserve the best. And, of course, I'll be around to do some episodes. But we know how that goes. You know, Thanksgiving. And spend some time with your family. Hug them tight for me, please. Do that. This has been wonderful. We serve our fellow beings. We serve God. This is where the best comes, guys. This is where the best comes. And God bless each and every one of you. I've enjoyed this series. I had so much fun. The twists and turns. It was just so wonderful. And I know you felt that way too. Wish I could reclaim, but it's time to go on. So with that, I hope you enjoy listening. Please subscribe and join us in Pattern Realm. Until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so that you can take it. And do what others don't, so you can do what others won't. Do what others won't, so you can have what others can't. Please share this with Mama Song, Papa Song, and everyone. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, choose, act, and pursue happiness. God bless you. And remember this, from the bottom of my heart, Jimmy loves you. I really, 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 really really, 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 really love you. God bless you guys, and please have a blessed day.